Alright, keep pedaling, my margarita's not done yet. Hey guys, Retired at 40, thanks for tuning in. I'm here with my new bicycle power generator, and I've been watching a lot of videos on bicycle power generators, and I found a few major flaws with most of them. So the first major flaw that I find in most of the videos is that everyone wants to take this tire off and run a belt around whatever they're using for their generator. And I don't quite understand that. The way that mine is built, the rubber tire has plenty of traction, hooks right into the wheel of whatever you're powering, and you skip a step. You don't have to put that belt on there. And the great thing about this is on a bike stand, a portable bike stand. So I can take my bike off right now and go ride it. I don't have to disassemble anything. I'm not taking up huge amounts of space in my house. This will fold up and go right under a bed or in a closet or whatever, and it's portable. The second major flaw is that they're not adjustable. So mine, you could have this light speed bike, or I could put my mountain bike on here, or I can have my kids' bike sitting on here and the kids can pedal and make power or whatever. So any size bike will fit in here, because all I need to do is take this off and this all adjusts. This is on a hinge, so this pulls power into whatever size tire you have, whether it's a 29, a 27.5, or a 16-inch tire, it doesn't matter. And the last major, I wouldn't call it a flaw, but more of just a matter of being versatile, is I'm using a solar charge controller, and that way if I want to plug in any other kind of something that's going to charge this battery here, I can pedal, I can hook up a solar panel, I can do all kinds of other things, charge this same battery, and not have to mess with this. I've seen a lot that just go straight into whatever they're powering, or they won't have a charge controller at all on there. Okay, so let's get into the nuts and bolts of this whole operation. Basically what I did is just took a regular portable bike stand, just a stationary bike stand, and they usually have a wheel like this, and this hinges on here and it'll provide resistance and whatnot, which gave me the idea to make the charger in the first place, because this looks a whole lot like this treadmill motor that I used. For those of you who didn't know this, you can take some electric motors and spin them backwards and it will actually charge as opposed to taking power. So that's what I've done. When this moves, it obviously produces power, and I've run it through this solar charge controller, and then the charge controller just goes to the battery, and then I have a power inverter hooked into the battery to run whatever you want. And I've made the power inverter so you can take it off of here and just charge the battery. I like to just use this to charge my RV battery in the wintertime, just for something to do, and it keeps the RV battery nice and charged up. Once I got this resistance wheel off of here, I just took a piece of wood. I believe this is a 2x8, and I cut it out, notched it out onto the hinge, ran the same hardware through that, and that just allows this to move up and down like this, and you just offset it. So whatever you're mounting on here, whether it be some kind of turbine or a treadmill or a treadmill motor or a car alternator, whatever you're doing, this will mount, go straight up to the tire. You've got direct contact with the tire, and then for right now I just throw a bungee cord around this whole thing and hook it onto these little spots right here, and it just keeps resistance on this, keeps it up against the tire. And I mean, what better traction can you get than a rubber tire against something? So you can see right now the battery at idle state is 12.9 volts, which is pretty much where you want a battery to be at fully charged. And once I start pedaling, that voltage starts to go up. And you do this long enough and you can just keep charging that battery. And interestingly enough, if you plug something in to the power inverter right now, depending on what it is, if it's sucking some good wattage, it will actually make it quite a bit harder to pedal the bike. Well, there you go. This is my interpretation of the pedal powered generator. Hopefully you found it useful. If you did, take a moment to subscribe to Retired at 40. In the meantime, remember to live life simple. We'll catch you next time.